Today I'm transforming my bonus room into the ultimate entertainment space, but under one condition. I'm not allowed to use a TV. And you may be asking yourself, how is it even possible to make an entertainment space without a TV? And honestly, at the beginning of this project, I thought the exact same, but make sure you stay till the end of the video because the final result is something you won't want to miss. Now, this is what the current space looks like that I have to work with. We have my mom's work setup in the right corner, a small couch, a treadmill we never use, and my brother's gaming setup in the left corner. And where all the magic is gonna happen is this bookshelf, which is what I have to work with to transform this space. One of the guidelines I had to follow that my parents gave me was that whatever I do to this space has to be easy to set up and easy to tear down, which can really make things difficult as what I want to do to this space, I want to also be permanent. And after a lot of brainstorming, I came up with the perfect solution. The solution I decided to go with to perfectly fit this room was a projector. And that's where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Benq. Big shout out to them as they funded this whole entire project. And if you're interested in anything, I'll have links down below in the description. They provided the X500i, which isn't just your regular projector, it's a gaming projector. I'm talking 4K at 60 Hertz and 1080p at 240 Hertz. And from a visual standpoint, it's stunning with amazing color accuracy. My favorite part is it has a bunch of different preset game modes that adjust the picture and audio settings to present the best possible experience. Plus, the projector itself comes with a really good sound system. When it comes to playing games, movies, or watching shows, I felt fully immersed with audio solely from the projector. And setting it up was extremely easy, and since it comes built in with Netflix and Android TV, I have complete access to tons of movies and shows, so I don't have to worry about plugging any external things into the projector. Now, this is where things really get interesting. How am I going to mount this? On the ceiling in this bonus room, there's a fan directly in the middle, and this is exactly where the projector needs to sit if it's gonna look good in this space. And what we're currently using to hold the projector up is a cat scratch post, which isn't ideal for long-term use. So I got with my dad to come up with a solution because normal projector mounts wouldn't fit the clearance between the fan blade and the ceiling. And after doing basic measurements, we figured out we could keep both the fan and the projector in the exact position that we wanted. The next thing we needed was a screen. Only best solution to this was to have a pull-down screen. I can easily pull it down, which opens up a 100-inch display. And whenever we're done enjoying the space, I pull down, it goes right back up to its original position, revealing the bookshelf as if nothing was ever there. Now, since the X500i is a gaming projector, it only felt right to add a gaming console. Now, this was completely unexpected, but for my birthday, I got a PS5, which I just knew would make the perfect addition. And since we had a bunch of storage below the bookshelf, this was the perfect place to hide it away. The only issue was, how are we gonna get cables from the projector to the PS5? Thanks to my dad, he drilled a hole in the ceiling, which allowed us to feed the cables up through the ceiling, down, behind the bookshelf, and into the storage unit below the bookshelf.
Now, I've been using the Benq X500i projector for the past few months, so I thought I'd share some real world experience with it. Now, like I previously mentioned, the color accuracy, clarity, and just overall detail is stunning. With it making those adaptive changes depending on the type of use, whether it be a movie, video game, or show, it does a very good job at that. Whether I'm switching inputs or whatever it may be, I can see it make the quality changes in real time, such as going from 1080p to 4K. It's constantly optimizing for the best possible performance, which I think is a really cool hands-free thing that the projector just does, and you don't even have to think about it.
Next, I wanted to tackle a part that I just felt would completely transform this space. Strictly from the projector, the sound quality that comes out of it is really all you need. But what's me without going overkill in a setup, space, or whatever it may be?
I just spent $2,000 on a Sonos surround system. This entertainment space is really coming together. So my girlfriend and I just finished installing the Sonos surround system, so let me give you a little tour and kind of walk. Starting off with the beast of the system, this is the Sonos Arc. Now this individually retails for $899, which is absolutely insane. And to match the bookshelf and the kind of whole aesthetic of the room, I had to go with all white. Thankfully, there was no price upcharge, and it beautifully matches the cabinets very, very well. Now, the way I went about routing this was very similar to what I did in the past. Now, with the screen going up and it revealing all the books, it still is not that big of an eyesore, which was one of the main things that I really wanted to focus on. Now, as you can see, there's two cables. We have the power cable right here, and we also have the HDMI cable that goes all the way up to the projector. The HDMI cable is literally an audio cable. And the best part about the Sonos system is how intuitive everything is. Just like an Apple ecosystem, for example, everything syncs together. And this right here is kind of the main hub. Once you have this connected, everything else just seamlessly connects over the Wi-Fi. Now, the way that this and the sub gets power is down here. This is where the PS5 is stored and all the other accessories. And so we simply just have a little power strip that we feed up through here and up here, and that's what plugs this in. And you can tell by the white cable right here, that's what powers the soundbar. And I love how this just kind of beautifully hides away, and you would never even think it's here. Now, next up, paired with the soundbar, we have the Sonos sub. Now, I decided to place it here because I kind of wanted to keep it out of sight, out of mind. Now, we have stairs right here, and the reason I put it here is so that it can kind of bounce off this wall and kind of amplify up into the rest of the space. Now, it is an absolute beast, and when I have this thing cranked up all the way, you can literally feel the air like out here when you're walking down the stairs. Plus, it's also got this really, really nice kind of gloss finish, which makes it really, really easy to wipe down if you get dust or other debris on it from, in this case, our carpet. My dad did have to get creative, and he did drill a hole right back here and put one of those cable management like cap things that allows you to kind of just push the cable in. And just how this is powered on is the same way this is powered on, with that same power strip. So this is the main portion of the Sonos system, but that's not it. We're not done. Now, moving over here, we have the Sonos Era 100s. Now, each of these retail for $249, and I actually have two of them. And these really put the whole space together. Also picked up these white stands off Amazon. They were about $123 for both of them. Sadly, they're not height adjustable, which I feel like should come if they're that expensive. And I'm only able to rotate the speaker like not even that much, so angling it we kind of had to get creative with what we had to do. Now, staying consistent with everything else, I did stick with the white colorway, which I just think matches, you know, the windows right here, the desk, everything. It just looks beautiful. And up here, you just have your standard controls like volume up, volume down, play, pause, get back a track, skip forward a track, etc. Now, the second one that we placed is over by my brother's gaming set. It's really hard to describe, but these two speakers, as small as they are, pack so much power for the whole surround system. My favorite part is the Sonos app. When I first got the speakers, I started by setting them all up, and it instantly started adapting to the space that I had. Now, inside the app, I have sound adjustments like bass EQ and treble EQ. You also have sub audio, which straight out of the box, I kind of was like, this seems a little weak. I open up the app and I turn it up all the way, and I'm literally shaking doors and walls in my house. Overall, I'm extremely happy with how everything turned out. And I think it's super cool that I did it with a space that wasn't really designed for what we did. Considering we have a bookshelf, a TV just wouldn't have looked good and wouldn't have even covered it at all. Plus, I forgot to mention, the Sonos surround sound system, I can literally connect to my phone, meaning it can act as one big giant Bluetooth speaker. And also, let me know down in the comments how you think I did. With that being said, if you wanted to enjoy this video, like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Y'all know the drill. I'll catch y'all in the next one.